What's going on? It's Saul Sunforge for Dungeons and Taverns. This is session 4 of our map making. We're making a sci-fi style continent map. And then once we're finished with it, it's going to be in a link pinned in the comment section in the final video of the series. And that's going to be free to you all as my thanks for watching me. The subscriber who requested the sci-fi map didn't really have any specifications on what that even meant, so I'm just adding a little bit of sci-fi things to it. Or I'm also giving, quest ideas, individual quests or entire quest chain ideas that are sci-fi. I'm also putting resources on the map that can be used for sci-fi, as well as fantasy or any other genre that you want, steampunk, Oh, hold on. Oh, be right back. It's the alarm. I hope something's not. There's no fire. I hope. All right. So we took care of the fire alarm. It was obviously a false fire. There isn't one, or I wouldn't be back here. I don't think. Well, I guess you wouldn't know how much time has elapsed, huh? All right. So back to the map here. I was thinking about it since the last session, and I think I would like this part to go away. I'm going to leave this hill here still, and this river obviously is flowing down in elevation until it comes to the lip here. And that's where there's the waterfall right there. There we go. That looks perfect. Yeah, it's pretty sweet right there. Yeah, I like it. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and focus on a region at a time of this map. So this way, you can see more of the changes. Last time when I did this series, I made changes and I kept, going. And I just kept going and eventually come back to a zone and keep going again. And I was getting a lot done, but it didn't feel like it. So we're going to see if we can avoid that. Here, my camera is slipping off. We can see if we can avoid that by just going at a zone at a time. So we'll do this zone and perhaps some of this zone this session. Alright, so I went in here and selected the tree. And then I went down here to the hue. And since these trees are on cold snap are going to be frozen, basically they're petrified due to the events from all the suggestions from the previous videos in this series. I suggested a science experiment or a lab experiment in an underground research facility, something like that, in the region, gone wrong, and it flash froze the entire area. And that is what the party has to go and discover. Ow! Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put some trees. And obviously this area is going to be, very wooded. You can leave areas open where there's no trees. And this way, when you go in to make your regional map, you'll be able to add extra things in there. And it'll make sense in terms of the map because there'll be places for those extra things. So I'm not going to completely explain everything in the map, you know what I'm saying? Because I want you to have as much creative leeway with this as you would like. My suggestions are just that. They're just suggestions. I won't be offended if you don't take them. And if you do take them, just let me know. Like, that would be so cool, if you use one of my suggestions in your campaign and your party members liked it. I'd like to know that. That would be so cool. Let's see here. Yeah, that's pretty decent. So then we'll have another one going up here. Okay, and then we're gonna make, you know, another one down here somewhere, and it'll be like, you know, some crossroads. There might be, you know, there's gonna be like an ideal spot in there where all of these places converge, and you know you could put up, you know, a nice market and an inn. It could be a super really awesome outpost if you want it to be, like one of the best outposts in the game, honestly. And that could be another driving reason the party is heading into this zone. You know, you could give the party more than one reason to head here. Ideally, this way, if they don't like one of your hooks, you have other hooks that you could use to bait them back into one of the hooks that they may have, you know, said no to earlier. They may say yes to it after they get invested. All right, and then I'm gonna put some bodies of water in here, of course. You know, some lakes. We might put a sea in here somewhere, possibly. I don't know, but there we go. There's a lake. We're gonna put more. All right, so here we go. So far, this is our flash frozen trees. You know, the ones that look like they've been petrified, essentially. And I was gonna make them maybe a lighter gray, but I think this is good. Let me know what you think in the comments section of the color of these trees. Do you think it's too gray, or should it be whiter? What do you think? I have a sweet idea. I think it's gonna be sweet. Let's find out. All right, so the ground here, it's gonna be absolutely frozen. You know, thick layers of, you know, well, since the event just happened, or I get, it's up to you. It's really, you know, it's up to you when the event happened. Did it just happen and the players are the first ones coming into action in defense of this event? Or has, you know, many groups tried and failed? And can the party maybe glean something of information from their failures? Those are different types of mechanics that you can play with this arc. All right, so this is the center. This icon here. This is the epicenter of the event that you know, froze everything solid. That's why these trees are all the color they are, because they're frozen completely solid. And I was going to put this inland, you know, like right there, and, you know, have some of the trees masking it and things like that. But I also like it here. So this way I can have a harbor and things. And so, but it's exposed, you know, to the ocean out here. So outside pressures could get to it easily and bombard its location. So we're going to take it, put it back where we were. There we go. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and put the water here. Sorry I wasn't talking much there for that moment. I was thinking. And we're going to put water over here.
During the season of giving, it can be dangerously easy to give away more than you want.
Sweater for Mom, video game for Jake, and my credit card for someone named Gina?
More online activity can mean more exposed personal info, but LifeLock by Norton has identity theft protection all wrapped up. And if you become a victim, we'll work to fix it on your behalf. No one can prevent all identity theft or all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year at lifelock.com/Spotify.
All right, there we go. So now there's a waterway that goes into that castle area. So you can have nefarious things going on there now. And it's fortified with all those trees. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. My throat is dry. Alright, so that's pretty good. Just a little bit more touch-ups and we'll be good to go. Alright, that's good over there. Let's go over here and put the ice. Maybe a different color ice because it's further away. And so it's not as compressed. It's not as impactful, as thick. All right, there you go. So you can see here, there's the highlands and the lowlands of the cold snap, right? The lowlands is here. All this, the more petrified, the thicker ice because it's closer to the event where it happened here. This location here that I added in. And then the highlands here, you can see there's a whole bunch of water in here, but it's cold, so it's like a thin layer of ice, but it's going all through it. So it's like a wetlands actually, but it's frozen, so it's sort of like a tundra now, Science. So now you can see the water on both sides. That's something that both sides of the zone have in common. But it's different because the different type of ice, the density, and the trees. So together, it looks really sweet, I think. Let me know in the comments section what you think. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make the transportation terminals in this area only. Or I might make a few preliminary spaces out and about. But this is, your type of travel is up to you. I have no idea. I gave some ideas last session, but I could give some more. I could give, the ideas and more this session. We have boat, train, car, spaceship, electric rail. You have blimps and parachutes, gliders. There's a whole mounts, flying mounts, griffins, and Pegasus or Pegasi. Quite a few options. So it could be somewhere where the vehicles are parked, where they go to, while they have a circuit that they run, or you can make it that those places are the roosts where the griffins live, where they live, their habitat. But that's all up to you. All right, so I decided for the flight paths to be clock towers. And the reason I do clock towers when I make my flight paths is because it represents saving time. You're saving tons of time. So when you find the clock towers on your map, that's the places that you've unlocked that you can travel to save time. You can see that the zone has 3, right? And they're pretty well centralized here. We got the whole bottom covered. We got the whole right middle, covered, and then the top covered. And, so all 3 of these form a triangle, and so it all covers, pretty much the entire area. But you can see I added 2 more here. If you want to have optional, uh, you can have quests and things like that in order to activate those with maybe a faction or just a person, just a NPC that you want to introduce, a really significant NPC, or it could be a new player later on in the game even, and those are just some ideas for you, and you don't have to use them. That's why they're different colors. You could just have them be abandoned buildings or something if you want, and that's cool. But I just wanted to give you that option if you wanted to add some more quests and more life into this zone instead of it just being the be all end all zone. There's things for the people, for the players to accomplish if they want to. There, I added a third optional location here in the mountains. With this water here, this body of water, this little lake, and that goes into the river that floods the plains and stuff. You could come up with some really interesting quests up in here. Everything from escorting somebody up here, or escorting somebody out of here, or guarding this area from something, or coming to this area and discovering something. I want to put little resource nodes on the map as well. Let me know in the comments section. I don't know if YouTube, I think you're able to do polls. I think so. I gotta look it up. But I need to know if you guys want resource nodes on the map, or if you just want to do that yourself. And I'll be happy to do it if that's what you would like. I'll put them where I believe that they would go in these circumstances in this area, and then we won't finalize it. Obviously, you can look them over, and then if you're like happy at the end, be like, yeah, that's cool, let me know. I appreciate you guys all for being here, and girls too, presumably. If you enjoy this content, go ahead and leave one of these. Leave me something down in the comment section. Hopefully you enjoy the music selection as well. It's copyright free, so there isn't too much of a huge selection. Definitely stuff that you've not heard of. But that's not usually always a bad thing, right? If you enjoy this content, go ahead and leave me a subscribe. That's all the time we have for this video. So we have 180 changes. Let me save it up, and we'll do some more in the next video. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.